Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Action 52, and when last we left off, the intermediate games are done. It's time now to start playing the easy games, beginning with Speedboat.
Level 1.
The gameplay of this game is relatively simple. We're in a speedboat and we're going over this body of water, and what we have to do is we have to avoid everything. We have to avoid the fishermen, we have to avoid the other speedboats that somehow can phase through solid matter that will likely kill us. We have to avoid all of the stone and all of the pieces of wood. And that's pretty much it. Note that this game has a sound effect for when we move left and right. It does make sense, we are after all in a body of water. We want to try our best to stay relatively far back so that we can react to things that appear in front of us quickly, but we don't want to be too far back because I imagine things might be able to appear from the bottom of the screen and kill us. I imagine as the game goes on, we'll start moving faster, and all of the moving obstacles will move faster as well. I doubt the number of obstacles in the water itself that aren't moving will increase. We're in a bit of trouble here, but I managed to deftly dodge everything, and by deftly dodge I mean I put myself in far more danger than I actually should have done. You need to be careful of those speedboats because they don't move in a very predictable manner. If they were predictable, they'd be so much easier to avoid. But we're past level 2. We're gaining score just for surviving, and everything is moving faster, which is not good. Yep, everything is moving faster. We're probably, not going to last much longer, as we disintegrated upon contact with that boat. Note that the boat did not disintegrate. Either our speedboat is made of papier-mâché, or that boat is made of an indestructible material. Either way, things are going to get a lot more challenging from here on out. Maybe we want to stay more in the middle now, as opposed to, careful, as opposed to being at the very back, so that we can move back if we need to avoid things. That's probably a good idea. I imagine these levels aren't actually, aren't actually that long. The first two certainly weren't, and that one wasn't either. We're now on level 4. You've got to wonder what this body of water is that we so desperately need to cross it. You can't just go around? Apparently not, and the risk is apparently worth it. Considering that we can disintegrate if we come in contact with anything, like there, you've got to wonder just why we need to get over this so urgently. Probably won't find out because we have perished. I imagine that game gets even more challenging as you move on. But it's not too different from all of the shooters that we've played. Except we can't actually shoot anything. Let's play Dead Ant, shall we?
Level 1.
We are an ant that can fire projectiles that can be used to take care of other insects that are trying to defeat us, for we are the Ultra Bug, the bug that has been mutated by the cosmic forces to be able to fire projectiles, and nobody else likes that. Note, by the way, that I believe the spiders are indestructible. They have also been mutated with invulnerability to Dead Ant's projectiles. So what we have to do is just survive, I believe, and take care of all the opponents that we encounter. That said, not many more opponents are appearing. There are now 5 spiders, and we can't do anything about the spiders. Contact with any of these insects will kill us instantly, and now there are 6 spiders and 7 spiders. I get the feeling the spawning is random, and the randomness really isn't working in our favour. Fortunately, when we move to the next level, all of the spiders go away, which means that Dead Ant has another chance to survive. Also, this music is really intense. The epic fight amongst the blades of grass will be retold for ages to come, as Dead Ant wages war against those that would seek to destroy it. There are a lot of spiders already, and they're trying to pin us in, but I don't think they're succeeding very well. Nope, they are, and they make us vaporize upon contact. They truly have awesome powers if they're able to do that. and see if we can get to, well, there's one spider. If only the spiders actually could be defeated, but they really can't. You can fire at them as many times as you like. They are invulnerable, and they seem to spawn at the same rate as any of the other insects. It's just that they don't go away. I really wish they would go away after a while, but them just hanging around makes it really tricky, especially when they get to the bottom of the screen. But we're able to get to level 3 at least, which is something. And we still have 3 lives. The first opponent is a tiny insect, and then 15 spiders. The spiders are getting faster. That is how they make this game more challenging. And by more challenging, I mean when there are about 8 or 9 spiders on the screen, this game is going to be all but impossible. Every insect is in fact getting faster. You can see that that one there is very quick. There are slower versions of them, but there are also really quick ones. Maybe we'll go up against some insects that will be able to fire on us. There are also slow spiders too. There appear to be less spiders in general on this level. Maybe they're... Nope, never mind. I was about to say maybe they're cutting me a break, but no, they're not. There are now 3 spiders. And now there are 4. Please don't run into me. I don't want to disintegrate. Also, does that bug have white X's for eyes? I think it does. Also, this spider being here means that, well, it meant that I couldn't really get over to my left-hand side. But it moved. So, level 4 is now here. And no spiders yet. I can imagine level 9 being nothing but spiders. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Let's deal with all these insects here. And that one. That one just vaporized. Have I not been paying attention to the fact that those ones just disintegrate with no blood whatsoever? I probably haven't been. Let's see about, well, there are only 2 spiders right now, which isn't so bad if there are only 2. Nope, wait, there are now 4. I was about to say if there were only 2, this wouldn't be so bad. But we quickly got past that level. Now we're on level 5. I think this is a game where you do have to progress by defeating so many opponents. So if they spawn really quickly, you can prevent all... Whoa, that one is very quick, and that spider is also extremely fast. I get the feeling even the insects that aren't invulnerable are going to be defeating us soon enough, because we can't fire sideways. We can only fire directly up. Need to be very careful of that spider over there. Oh, that spider over there is at the very bottom of the screen now, and I don't like that. I really can't tell where they're going. The randomness of how they move makes this really difficult to navigate around the level itself. Definitely a form of difficulty I don't especially appreciate, because we vaporized. We're on level 5, and I wonder if the levels are determined by how many points you have. When you get to a certain point threshold, it immediately moves you on to the next level. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Let's see about taking care of all of these insects and avoiding all the super fast spiders. Avoiding all of them is going to be difficult when they get even faster. Soon they'll be so fast that you won't even be able to see them. We'll just vaporize at random. That was kind of at random, but at least we could see the spider. We got pinned into a corner there, and we haven't been able to get to level 6. Maybe this game doesn't have a score thing, and I was about to say it has a time thing, but we'll never find out, because we were bested. It's time to move on from that game and go to G-Fighter.
Level 1.
Is it a shooter? It is! But this time we're playing a member of the generic army who's doing battle with all these people here. They're all Daphnes from different times and different parallel dimensions. They're all doing battle with this sole generic army space pilot. Some of these craft will fire on us, others won't. And And as we've seen, being hit by a projectile, and I imagine being hit by any of these craft, will defeat us instantly. We need to be very careful if we're going to be victorious. I'm pretty sure at this point that Daphne is in fact the villain, and the generic army are the good guys. We shall give this generic army pilot a name. And that is a very slow victory tune there. We're going to call you Jerry. Jerry the generic army pilot. Also, this music is really sinister. Clearly, Daphne is the villain. Clearly. Maybe Daphne Jr. isn't. Maybe Daphne Jr. doesn't know Daphne's true schemes. But Daphne certainly is the villain. Should take care of all of these. Oh, do I really want to, no, I actually don't want to, deal with you. Also, we need to be really careful because of the fact that enemies come from both the left and the right and both of them can shoot. This is quite challenging. This being an easy game isn't strictly true. I'd say it's mechanically simple, but it's not easy. It's far from easy. Take care of you as soon as we can. There's no way that I know of to fire backwards, so all of the craft that appear from the left have an immediate advantage. Also, you can't tell when the crafts are going to be armed and when they're not. It's random, much like everything else. We're now on level 3. Now the music has switched back to this tune, and I imagine that the various ships are going to have a higher chance of being able to fire on us, and they're going to begin to move faster eventually. Fortunately, one hit from our super advanced pulsar gun will defeat the opponents, and they're now starting to fire from off-screen, which I wouldn't say is very fair. But then again, I don't think many things about this game are especially fair. Will Jerry survive against the army of Daphnes? The answer is probably not, but we're certainly going to try. Let's see if we can avoid you. Marvelous. And you. And you. Are you going to fire? No, you're not. This is not a good place to be, but I survived. Somehow. And then I got hit by a projectile that came from off-screen. And that was a very slow game over sound. I've no idea why that one was played at such a slow speed. But it's time to play Man-at-Arms.
Level 1.
With Archer Jim's son, Crossbow Jimmy. Crossbow Jimmy is guarding the entrance to this castle. And there are knights that are trying to get up to the castle. Fortunately, Jimmy here is an exceptional shot with the crossbow, and one shot will take out any foe. Jimmy can walk over this entire part of the battlements. And it's a good thing too, because we need to be very quick in our reactions. As long as you stay roughly in the middle, you should be able to reach everyone. Always try your best to get to the very middle. This is a game that I remember. I don't remember being especially good at it, but maybe I've improved over the years with my no playing of it. It's quite likely I may have got a little bit better because I'm a little bit better at playing games in general. I'm probably not better at playing games in general, but I'm not doing too badly so far. Level 1 complete.
Level 2.
Time for level 2. This music's a little bit tense, but Jimmy is not afraid of the approaching army of knights. If only the knights had archers of their own, then Jimmy might have something to worry about. I am wondering if there actually is a castle behind Jimmy, or if this is the world's smallest castle, and Jimmy is the only person that guards it. I could believe that. Let's be very careful, and try our best to take out everyone with a single crossbow shot. That said, we are firing arrows from our crossbow. It's best not to think about that. There we go. A few more shots here, and here. And we wait. Take care of you, and you. That's what the game's probably going to start doing, placing enemies on the opposite sides of the battlements. Also, people that are in the process of dying still block shots. Something to know. Are they going to get faster? Maybe. Oh! There's you. Fortunately, these ogre-like enemies still only take a single shot. You'd think they'd take multiple shots, but no, just one. Take care of you, and you, and then you, and you, and then you. We're doing really well here, though. We need to quickly take care of you, and then you, and then you, and oh, very close there. I don't know if them getting to the walls is instant defeat, but we don't want to find out. They're really starting to increase the amount of enemies that fight us. We really need to watch out. We're on level 4, though. That's progress. Jimmy's doing really well at defending the castle. Maybe he'll get promoted to captain of the guard. Not likely. He probably is the... Oh, sometimes they're going to be veering, like that one did, off the screen. And that one as well. I don't think the veering mechanic is working so well. I think we need to keep moving now. Mainly because the amount of enemies is increasing dramatically. There and there. 1, 2.
Level complete.
The combos that Jimmy's getting here are quite extreme. The multipliers are huge! There's one foe, and you just veered off the screen there. Maybe that foe took one look at the fact that Jimmy was there and went, oh no, I'm not fighting you! Also, this is getting a little bit intense. Maybe we only lose when they actually get in contact with us. Maybe. But it's getting a little bit in... Yep, we surrender immediately as soon as one of them starts hammering on the walls. We really shouldn't be surrendering. They haven't actually got over the walls yet. But maybe Jimmy knows that as soon as they get to the walls, it's only a matter of time before they climb. And because we're armed with a crossbow, we don't threaten the square that we're right next to. Still, some of them take a look at us and decide, you know what? No, I'm not going to take you on. But we're on level 6. Can we get to the later levels? Possibly. At least they haven't started getting faster. I was expecting that a long time ago. They are getting more numerous though, and I think I hit somebody off screen there. I like that that works for me as well as them. Let's see about dealing with you and you. And we can hit them multiple times if we like. Doesn't do anything apart from make a sound. Get you, and you, and you, and I'll be very surprised if I survive here. Yep, did not survive there. Jimmy surrendered. To be expected, really. Let's see about getting to level 7 at the very least. I don't think I'm going to be able to complete this game. That's for sure. This game gets difficult really quickly, but we are on level 7. Victory is Jimmy's, at least for now, whereupon they launch the 7th assault of this tiny castle. I'd love it if suddenly the game got a lot simpler, and there were barely any foes to take care of. That would be nice. But I don't think we're going to be so fortunate. Why did they add the enemies that move at diagonals? They are not a challenge at all. And yet they were added. Let's deal with you, and you, and you. Aha! Combos! This time, Jimmy has everything under control, apart from over here, where they managed to get to the walls. Remember when I said that Jimmy had everything under control? Clearly I was lying. Overall, this isn't a terrible game. It's just one that gets rather impossibly difficult. I imagine getting to level 9 and completing it is more about luck than any amount of skill. I can only imagine how many foes we're going to be facing this level. Probably way too many is the answer. Way too many. There we go. Can't get you from there. Got somebody though. Certainly makes this easier. Carefully does it, Jimmy. If all of them could just veer to the right and left, that would make doing this so much simpler. But no, some of them are actually trying to get to this castle. Not all of them, though. In fact, they are all starting to veer over to the left and right. This is inadvertently making this a lot simpler than it should be. This is far more manageable.
Complete.
Level 8 is complete.
Level
We have one more
9.
life and we're on the final level. Can we win? Purely because the enemies are all veering to the left and right and thus don't actually decide to attack this castle. It would seem we might, though it's still going to be a little bit tricky. They really are just giving up at this point. No, not Jimmy! Jimmy's defended against 8 different waves. Well, we managed to get to the walls 3 times, but we're not going to get there a 4th time. We're just going to leave. You can't desert. Too late, we already have. Maybe we will win. Claw victory from the jaws of defeat. It would be nice to win at one of these games. We haven't won many of them. They really are just giving up. They've had enough. Jimmy is insurmountable, undefeatable. This is when level 9 never ends. This is a really weird addition to the mechanics that doesn't make it harder.
Level
And we've won! Congratulations! Jimmy was victorious! Ha ha! Well done! Your reward is that you have to defend the castle tomorrow. It's not much of a reward, is it? And when we come back, folks, we will play Norman, and then another 2-player game. There actually aren't that many more games to play. They're all on this screen, including game number 52, Challenge. But that is a long way in the future. For next time, game number 41. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.